outworked. A game where it seems like Levine never really found his rhythm in. The Bulls overall never really got in a team rhythm. DeMar DeRozan, Nikola Vucevic leading the way for the Bulls in this loss, with Vuce with 29 points, DeMar DeRozan with 22 points, Kobe White chips in 17 off the bench. But the Bulls just get simply outworked in almost every facet of the game in this game. Out-rebounded in this game. The Bulls have more turnovers in this game. The Bulls shoot over 50% slightly, but only 27% from three-point range. The Bulls just don't have enough. Anthony Davis, LeBron James, D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves all really killed the Bulls in this game, but we're going to talk about it, break it down after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
And the Bulls, and the biggest question that I said that I really still have with this Bulls team is how will they respond once, the target is on them? Once a team is locked in, zeroed in on just giving this energy, like just refuse to lose to the Bulls, how will the Bulls respond to that energy? And they have not responded to that energy well, and that is the true playoff atmosphere when you think about it. So the Bulls not having a big game in this one it sucks. Tons of questions around the team when it comes to that. And the Lakers, you saw, they wanted this win. Everybody doing the too small, celebration and things. Like Patrick Beverley, for as great as he's been for the Bulls, right? For as much as he's meant to the change of attitude, the change of just how this team carries themselves, the offense looking better, all those things, his mouth is going to put a target on you. And as a team, you have to be prepared for that. That's your guy, right? You're riding with him. He's on your team. That's your guy. And so with the Bulls not being able to respond well in situations like that, it kind of brings everything into view for this team. This team is going to win games for the remainder of the season. This team is more than likely going to still make the play. All those things are still going to happen. And they may win one game out the play-in. They may win two games out the play-in. But when you get into a series, a playoff series, and it's all about the X's and O's, it's all about, can you adjust to my adjustments, to those adjustments, and then in the next game, what we got for you now, the Bulls just don't have that type of mentality. And they aren't coached to that level either. So when you look at the Bulls in situations like that, and I look at the second Philly game, I look at this game, and I'm looking at that, and that is the true playoff atmosphere. And so it does absolutely worry me for how much the Bulls are going to have success in the playoffs. But, that we'll worry about that when it comes. Right now, the Bulls drop another game, that they don't close that gap like we would hope. I hope that they were going to do for that play-in spot. And the Bulls have no one but themselves to blame. At this point now, they only have a 2-game lead over the Washington Wizards, a 3.5-game lead still over the Indiana Pacers, because the Pacers going to pace. They lost to Milwaukee tonight, so shout out to them on that one. But the Bulls also fall now to 2 games behind Atlanta and Toronto, with now only 6 games left to play. So, the Bulls can't get out of their own way. And I think that when you look at how they perform in games like this, it really does highlight as well how we don't have that superstar that is just going to put the team on their back and it's just like, no, not tonight. We don't have that. And Zach LaVine, like I said, never really got in rhythm in this game. Did Zach LaVine never really got going at all? It was a brief little time period where it looked like he may start going, but he finishes 8 of 14 from the field, which isn't terrible at all, with 16 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, 3 steals. That Zach LaVine finished with. He had those 5 turnovers though, and those 3 personal fouls all coming early. But he, didn't really have the impact that we're used to seeing from Zach LaVine since the All-Star break. Now, Vooch was rocking and rolling. He had 29 points, but look at how many touches he got in the second half of the game. Now, some of that could be put on the Lakers and how they defended him, but some of that also was on Billy Donovan as well, coaching. Why could you not find a way to keep going to the guy who really kept you in the game in the first half? DeMar DeRozan, 9 of 15. He was DeMarvelous to a degree as well, having some really good defensive plays in this game also. He chips in 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. DeMar was getting active. Kobe White, another solid game off the bench from Kobe. But not getting anything from Patrick Williams in 24 minutes, at least not offensively. Missing Drummond to a degree in this game as well definitely hurt. Like, the Bulls just didn't have it this game, and we're sitting here yet again talking about a Bulls team who just did not have it down the stretch. But all right, enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and get into you guys' comments. See how you guys feeling tonight. Melvin says, nobody should blame Andre Drummond's mental health for this loss, regardless if it's at the wrong time. Acme was the one who didn't do anything to get more size, and Billy's the one who plays small ball. Yeah, you can't blame Andre Drummond, not with what he's going on as far as mental health, but you can say something. This is why Marco should have been ready, right? To at least come in and get some rebounds for us, kid. Come in and get some rebounds for us. Come in and defensively, we don't expect much from you defensively. We're not going to get much from you defensively, but hey, at least get used to the speed of the game. If they would have tried to put Marco in this game right now, he would have got completely just overwhelmed by the speed of the game. And that's on the coaching staff and the front office for not getting him ready and having him on this roster. Shay, I'm sorry, but if AK doesn't address the size discrepancy this offseason, he's not the GM I thought he was. Hey, I feel you on that one, bro. Bathor Payne can't be mad at that, but we needed him tonight. Yeah, we definitely needed him, but listen, he's not there. He got to get himself together. I love Bull Central, but I blame Jamal for this one. Leave Jamal alone, man. But I told you I was going to be L. The bench did what they were supposed to do. It's just the starters have to do what they need to do. I mean, it's more than just that. Like, because, yeah, the starters put up some numbers, but still defensively, they left some things to be desired. So, Evan, look, we played horrible and it was embarrassing, but the free throw differential was disgusting. A second game in a row, right? The free throw discrepancy, and it's probably more than that. Peter says, Dan, Pat Bev went out sorry. Yep. Nobody should blame Andre. Oh, we already read that. Melvin, stop leaving the same comment multiple times, man. Feels like the second Philly game. Seems like everyone knew the Lakers were coming for the kill except the Bulls. And again, that's a huge concern too. Like, everybody in the basketball world, after the too small gesture, knew that LeBron James and the Lakers were coming for next in this game. It seemed like everybody but the Chicago Bulls knew that. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable, man. This game definitely shows that we have a problem with that season. You don't need one game. The season should tell you that the Bulls have a problem with size, man. The 10th seed is not enough, man. We were 2 games back from the 9th, 8th. It's too much for us as we can't take the pressure when a team dominates. The Bulls don't stand up, and coaching is a big part of that. I'm not blaming everything on Billy Donovan, right? You guys know I'm reasonable to a degree, but I'm not everything's on Billy Donovan, but you do have to definitely look at Billy in games like this as well. P. Will has all the tools physically to become a good player, but I don't think he has the mentality. That's probably the biggest question around him right now, Miggs. Everybody knew that they were. You can't blame Drummond for taking care of his mental health. That's crazy to say. Y'all must have been talking about something that I didn't see. Man. Drummond. Being 10th seed, we would have to win 2 straight games, and not just that, we would have to have no home court advantage. We're not making the playoffs at the 10th seed barely. I disagree with that. Right? The Bulls can definitely let's not act like we haven't seen this team. Let's not act like they haven't won considerably more than they lost since the All-Star break. I don't think the Bulls can't win 2 games in a row. It's because it's not against the same team, right? It's different. If it was against the same team, that's where I start having some doubts. But, we'll see. Everything's going to be told this season, man. The Bulls have the capability of doing a lot of good, but they also have the same capability of being equally as bad. I said earlier, even Stevie Wonder can be a ref. That's funny. Passing defense and rebounding was horrible. Yeah, it's slow rotations. A lot of that happened. We don't give Acme enough heat, in my opinion. They created a small ball lineup that doesn't work. Along with Billy having the same mindset is just infuriating. I damn near threw up when Javante entered. No, I think we hold AK, at least over here, AK accountable. It's He had one really good offseason and offseason where we really didn't do much. And so we got to, we got, if he is the GM that we initially thought, he got to get back to getting creative. He's even alluded to that. You know, they didn't have any cap space the year they signed DeMar and Lonzo Ball. They don't project to have any cap space again this year unless they do the career-ending injury exception for Lonzo Ball's contract. It's time for AK and Eversley to earn their money again. They got to earn their money again. I have to point the finger at Billy Donovan a little bit because when you see a certain group of players get you back in the game, you got to ride them till the wheels fall off until you can't ride them no more. Well, that sounds good on paper, right? That sounds like one of those rah-rah, this a sports movie thing. But no, players still need rest. You can only ride out a lineup during one stretch for so long. Now, you do need to get back to that lineup if you see that that's the lineup that you're finding magic with. But you know, at the end of the day, I really don't even think any lineup had that much success to the point where it's like, oh, now we win this game if we ride this lineup a little bit more. We were down in the first and second quarter. We started playing defense and we got back in the game, but you can allow a 10-0 run in the half. That's what changed everything. Coaching. I mean, it's coaching and execution, though, because still the players, you still got to find a way to execute. But yeah, coaching is absolutely an Achilles heel for this Bulls team. I hope Drummond's mental health improves by next game. I mean, can he get out of bed? You know what's great for your mental health? So no, JDH, I'm sorry. JDH, I love you, bro, but you be trying to do this false bravado alpha male. You just get it. No, mental health is real. Mental health is serious. And one thing that needs to be taken seriously absolutely is mental health. I've lost people to my life in mental health. So no, we're not going to say, oh, gee, let's hope the mental. No, that's stupid. I'm sorry, JDH, I love you, but that's stupid. And it's really old school mindset. And that's why so many people who had that mindset that didn't take mental health seriously, I guarantee you they wish earlier in their lives they would have understood the importance of mental health. No, mental health is serious, and Drummond's been going through it, and he needed to sit down. If you're not mentally in the game, you're not going to help us much either. Mental health is important. You got to have a third center. Marco can't be the guy that. Then why on earth is he on the team? He's on an NBA contract, not a two-way. I blame coaching for development and IQ of backups. Hey, I've said it before. I listen, the potential in Marco, I've seen it. I've watched every G League game. I see the potential there. But at some point, you got to try to test it out at the NBA level. At some point, the potential, like you can't, where the Bulls are and how far they are and how much we need to improve, we ain't got no more complimentary roster spots. Everything that comes, every player that's on the team needs to be able to contribute, or you know, if they're a rookie, a young player, cool. But especially now that we don't have any draft picks next season, more than likely, every roster spot needs to be the people who can produce, people who we can go to, at least at times. Why wasn't Terry Taylor out there? Right? Something. You wasn't paying attention if you didn't see this coming from the Bulls. No way they were going to beat a team that just played a couple of days. Oh, stop that. I hate when people try to, you're not paying attention if you did. This is sports, man. Anything's possible. But the Bulls need to be prepared. Fuck the fans. The Bulls need to be prepared. This game was a slap back in the face like we did to the Lakers last time. Absolutely. And hey, listen, when you talk shit and celebrate like that, you got to be prepared for the the recoil, and the Bulls weren't. Why didn't no bag Billy make adjustments to the double team defense against Zach and DeMar? Because he's no bag Billy. He doesn't make adjustments. His adjustment was putting DeMar at the 4 and Alex Caruso at the 3. That was the adjustment. Damn, man. Players for Drummond, hope and pray he gets his mind right. Blessings. Let's hope so. Let's definitely hope so. Whenever we take one step or two steps forward, we take 3 steps back this season. It's been an up and down season, man. Austin Reeves hit the too small on Beverly. Hey, listen, it's hilarious, man. King Kofu says, what up, Haize? I have no comment about tonight's game. Just came to listen to other people's discuss. Have a good show, bro. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I knew after the first few minutes this wasn't going to go our way. Lakers were creating easy looks while the Bulls offense looked clunky again. But they did. There was a period in the second quarter there where the Bulls, they briefly took the lead and it was like, hey, look at this. But, they didn't keep up the intensity. They didn't keep up the intensity. My dad, who's an 8-time high school state champion coach, said in Billy's defense, no size to counter paint penetration, no sharps to counter defense when loading the box. A GM set up his words. Hey, man. But the thing is, Billy Donovan still has a propensity to use small ball lineups. Mental health needed to be left to the professional unless you were supporting them. Y'all seriously need to listen to the Wake and Soul podcast. Good shout out for TAS podcast, bro. I appreciate that. Edwin says, love your podcast. Thank you, Edwin. Love you too, brother. Glad to have you in the building. Alana's earwax cost us the game. That's deep. That is deep. I hated to see Patrick Williams with only 2 points tonight. Would have at least made a difference if he could have come out and play. Well, points aren't dictated upon if you came out and play. There's absolutely a world in which Patrick Williams only scores 2 points, but he still has a great game because what he does in other areas of the game. He just seemed, I don't know, like out of rhythm, out of focus sometimes this game, but it's not just based off points. Like he didn't have necessarily the defensive consistency that we've seen from him in a while. Billy Donovan needs to draw better plays for Zach. He needs at least 15 shots a game. Listen, that's easy to say on paper. This is Billy Donovan we're talking about. Like, this is Billy Donovan. It is what it is, man. This season has been terrible. It's been a frustrating season for damn sure. Definitely frustrating season. C says, the good news, Bulls don't have to play the 76ers or Lakers in the playing games. Bad news, we're not a playoff team. Hey, listen, if that ain't the realest comment of the day, man, it is what it is, bro. And that's what I told you guys like earlier today. That's where I am with this Bulls team. It is what it is. That's really where I sit with this team this season, man. It sucks to be here, and this was a season we came into with some expectations and some hope, but we love a team that don't love us back. And this team just was not prepared for what was going to happen to them tonight. They weren't prepared. And you got to start asking yourself, how often are we going to get caught with our pants down? And when are we going to stop doing that? It's sad that Drummond is feeling down or stressed after having such great games lately. I was wrongly thinking Andre must be happy after these last few performances. Wonder what's wrong. Hey, that's life. That's life. Haize, what's up? These last 2 losses and looking at the draw of the Bulls and teams around us, I think we got the 10 seed locked up. Can we win twice or are we out in one seriously? I mean, that's the biggest question. I like you. I'm starting to think that the Bulls are going to be, their magic number at this point is 3. If they can get 3 more wins in these last 6 games, they lock in that playing spot. But when it comes down to it, like locking in playing spots all good, but are you gonna show up once and get eliminated, right? Because at that point, all right, cool, we back in the lottery. Do we get the top 4 pick? But like at the end of the day, like whatever the Bulls do or don't do in the postseason, you got to look at yourself and figure out how do we change the roster so we're not doing this next time, right? Next season. K Mills STL says, you think Bill Simmons will still say we're the best playing team after tonight? Oh man, he's gonna get killed on that one. It's been a very up and down season, man. We do good and then we just disappear. It's been rough as Bulls fans. Oh yeah, it's definitely been a rough season. I think this game cooked our chance at the 8 seed. At this point, all we can do is hope on for the 10 seed. No, we're only 2 games back. We still absolutely have a chance at the 8 seed. But listen, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like we talk about seeding because it's fun to talk and discuss about, and you want to evaluate all possibilities. But the Bulls don't need to be sitting there in the locker room saying, oh, yeah, can we get to the 8 seed? Just win the goddamn games, right? Win, period. Win the games. Bulls and Lakers offense set are pretty much the same difference. They have the generational talent, so they can get away with it more than the Bulls. I don't know if I necessarily agree that they're pretty. Well, you said pretty much the same, not the exact same. You're on there. Shy City One says, "Hey Haize, my girlfriend loves hearing you cursing everybody out, and now she's watching games with me. You're goated. Hey man, I'm glad I could bring you guys together. Chicago Bulls Central, bringing relationships together. There you guys go." Master Medistra says, "Yo Haize, love the podcast. Worrying the Bulls cannot win consistently against the same team. Not a great postseason symptom." Oh yeah, and that's what I kind of said to start the stream off too. I share those same concerns, but at the end of the day, is this right? Would I rather my team, fight and look good over the back half of the season? Would I rather my team win? Absolutely. Do I expect the Bulls to do anything meaningful in the postseason? Hell no. Hell no. I love my team, but I'm not stupid, right? I love my team, but I'm not blind. I love my team, but I'm not an idiot. This team having some serious postseason success don't seem likely. But if it does happen, I'd rather be surprised by it than hope for it and not get it. Props to Vooch going toe-to-toe with Anthony Davis. Anyone think that the Bulls can just let him walk for nothing needs to be tested for Alanis? No, they need to be tested for idiot syndrome in that case. I can't be the only one who wanted to fight Reeves after he hit Pat with the too small. No, you don't need to fight him. That's on Pat. Pat put that on his back by doing that. And you got to show up, man. And let's be clear here, right? As much as we talk about everybody else, Pat Bev is a vet. He's here on a minimum contract for now. But Pat Bev didn't give us shit tonight either. Let's be clear here. Pat gave us 0 points on 0 for 5 shooting, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. That's not enough, especially not when you're going to be putting the target on your team's back, doing the too small to LeBron James. You need more than that. And he had some hard-fought defensive possessions, but you need to step up more than that if you're going to be talking that much shit. Why do we play defense with our hands down so much? We be in the passing lanes, but still get scored on loose balls. We have very slow reaction time. I don't know if I agree with that. We are one of the higher teams when it comes to deflections. Now most of that comes from 2 players, but I think the Bulls played the passing lanes pretty good this game. Disappointing loss. Is the Pat Bev effect even real? Are the Bulls even cracked up to be after the All-Stars? I'm starting to think that they'll not lose the play-in anymore. Bridges could come back. I disagree with you, Sydney. If you're saying what I think you're saying, the Bulls are still going to make the play. I think. But, hey, we'll see. We'll see. Eads Instrument says, damn, that loss was tough. Yeah, it was a tough game to watch. Tough game to watch. Carlitos NFL says, greetings from Cartago, Costa Rica. Pura Vida, go Bulls. Well, thank you for joining us from there, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a big part of the channel. Each Instrument says, we got 180 people in the stream, yet only 30 likes on the video. Give Haize love, y'all. Hey, Bulls fans, after losses, that love be hard to come by. Haize, what can we realistically do, and who can we realistically go after this offseason to make us contenders or closest to contenders? Making us contenders is going to be hard. I'm just going to be real on that. If you're talking about championship contenders, that's going to be hard to do with this team. And you got to really first look at who you're bringing back. What happens with Vooch? What do you do with Kobe? What do you do with Ayo? What's going on with Javante? Does Andre Drummond opt out, right? There are so many questions that we have to ask internally on this team. Does DeMar, do we try to take advantage of DeMar's contract being in the final year? We got to have answers on that before we necessarily look at free agents. But you guys know, as we get towards free agency, I'll have videos on potential free agents, ideas, thoughts, process, things like that. You'll get that comprehensive coverage here in the offseason. They keep hitting threes and miss, and they need to attack the rim. We need to attack, period, on offense and defense. Chantel in the building says the inconsistent, lackluster Bulls showed up tonight. We didn't follow shots. We played lazy defense and made 0 adjustments. Again, sad. Yeah. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Debo got to go. That's from Justin Lawson. Let's keep Kobe White next season. That's from Jermaine Jackson. Green and Jones got to go. All right. Well, here we go. We're just sending everybody off now. Hi, bro. How you doing? This was a disappointing loss by the Bulls tonight. Absolutely, Jimmy Sabrinsky. It was a terrible loss. Frustrating, disrespectful, no heart. Whatever you want to say and throw at the Bulls. Absolutely, it applied it, stamp it. Let's keep it moving. Because it just was. It was just that type of loss, unfortunately. I've seen rumors that the Bulls should go after Jaylen Brown this offseason. Should they? Absolutely. If the Celtics are making Jaylen Brown available, the Bulls should absolutely call on that. Now, I don't think we can necessarily put the best package together for him, but the Bulls should absolutely make that call. They absolutely should you pair Jaylen Brown with a Zach LaVine. Hey, listen, that's offense, defense. That's a great offensive player in Zach, who is playing better defense. That's a really good two-way player in Jaylen Brown, who I actually think has more of an upside offensively than what we have been able to see in his career so far. And then you build around that, right? So I would love to see that. Yoslin, it would be so bad if Vooch leaves and Drummond opts out. Oh man, that's gonna be tough. Credit to Darvin Ham adjustments. He understood our weakness size and said straight inside penetration. That's a bar, bro. That's a line there. Hold on. My man said and said straight inside penetration. All right, there we go. The Bulls got penetrated tonight. That should have been the headline. Bulls got penetrated. Am I the only one who gets mad when the other team gets multiple offensive rebounds in a row? Like, come on, fight back. Oh, that one where the Lakers got 3 offensive rebounds in a row pissed me off, bro. That possession pissed me off because, like, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? What are you doing? I think Dalen might have been better than Javonte today. Wish Billy put him in early. Yeah, we need him. We need to play. I can't wait till Dalen Terry gets more minutes for this team next season, because it's not going to be this season. I think we actually can make one of the best packages for JB. The Celtics would want a good player in return, not just picks, and DeMar is one of the best replacements the C's could get. Listen, here's what I'll say. Like, it's easy to say that on paper, but like, the Suns, we already know they aren't very high on DeAndre Ayton. Who's to say that the Suns don't look and say, hey, listen, Celtics, we can throw you some DeAndre Ayton in this mug. Yeah, and then they're gonna go after Jakob Poeltl, right? You really never know. A player like Jaylen Brown comes available, you never know what a team may offer. For example, like the Celtics can use a point guard. Who's to say Jaylen Brown, who's from Atlanta, doesn't want to go to Atlanta and play with Trae Young? Maybe they send DeJounte Murray back. That's a younger player that fits their timeline. Not as good as kind of offset with DeMar, but who's to say? You just never know what's going to be offered. Never know what's going to be offered. Big JB fan. I'll trade DeMar and Zach for bro. To me, he's in Jason's shadow. Him on the squad with shooters would be a hit for us. Hey, I'm not. I don't think they trade both DeMar and Zach, but I will say that, like, if you get Jaylen Brown back in here, I'm not mad at that at all. First, Pat Bev can't be the team's motivation every night. The rest of the team got to lift themselves up too. Second, how does P. Will go from looking silky and aggressive versus the Clips to have a night like this? Hey, when you're not a super confident player, you can be up and down minute to minute, much less game to game. All season, the pattern has been we play teams back-to-back. We either lose one or both. The Knicks, the Cavs, the Sixers, and now the Lakers. Hey, when people show you who they are, you believe them. I think we were less than 20% from 3 tonight while playing small. It just doesn't make sense. They were missing open shots. We can find size in free agency, but we need to trade for shooting. You may be able to find shooting out in free agency too. I don't off the top of my head know if any shooters are available, but you never know. I'm not going to lie. I would like DeJounte Murray on this team, plus him and Zach LaVine are friends. Hey, don't think that that's outside the realm of possibility. DeJounte Murray is a free agent the same year DeMar DeRozan's a free agent. If the Bulls were to file for the career-ending injury exception for Lonzo Ball, they could potentially have a bunch of cap space. Let's not say that that's not a possibility, especially if the Bulls do think Lonzo isn't going to make a return and they need a long-term replacement. You can do a lot worse than DeJounte Murray. It would never happen, but man, putting all the chips in for a Dame trade and signing Jaylen Brown in free agency would be nice. See, that's that mad move. You ain't getting both. You dreaming getting both. Pick one or the other, bro. Now watch. I'm saying this on a live stream. Now watch something happen in the offseason where we get both, and I'll be looking like an idiot. But I'd be happy to look like an idiot in a case like that. For those players, I'll look like an idiot all day long. So we'll see, man. AK got to make his money this offseason. Kobe White has secured his place on the team. Getting rid of him now would only benefit the team he goes to. Hey, great points there. Great points there. If they cop Jaylen, who would you want to see go in his replacement? You mean trade for him? Whoever. It don't matter. I don't even care. I don't give a damn. You go get him. Go get Jaylen Brown. That's my thing. I don't care. If you got to trade Acme, you got to trade Michael Jordan's jockstrap. I can't talk today. Trade the statue. Send Jerry Reinsdorf's toupee. Do all that shit you got to do. Get all their asses up out of here. Get their asses out of here. Flight Aces, trade P. Will. We gave him enough time already. 2.5 seasons and a partial season isn't enough time. Not for a player that was 19 and didn't play basketball their whole life. No, we didn't give him enough time, and we haven't put him in a situation to really grow either. Haize, agree or disagree? No, keep Draymond off my team. Now, if you're talking about Trey Jones, I'm not mad at him at all, but I'm good on Draymond. I'm good on Draymond. It depends on what Draymond wants to get paid, but I think he's going to try to maximize his money. I'm good on that. When are the Bulls fans going to realize our only wins come from teams who have slept on us? Like, that's not true at all, Juan Miller. And you got to stop. Like, Juan, you got to stop being a coward, bro. Because literally every time you try to spew that rhetoric in the comment section, people respond calling you out, and you go MIA and you disappear. Juan, you got to stop being a troll that only pops up when the Bulls lose. We know you're not a real Bulls fan. The story's out on you. It's not happening. It's not happening. If I see DeMar do one more jump pass resulting in a turnover, my DeRozan jersey is going to be my dog's new tug award toy. Well, you might as well do it because it's happening. He's going to keep doing it. Alana is back from cleaning earwax, fresh earwax cleaner. Dr. Pimple Popper Alana's in the building. Kobe needs to be extended. His improvement this year has been one of the not many shining lights this year, along with Zach's form since the All-Star break. Agree with you. Definitely agree with you. Is Boston really crazy enough to let Jaylen Brown go? I think he is their number 1 and number 2 defensive player. He's also dropping over 24 points per game. That would be a huge loss for Boston. Well, keep in mind, they're thinking about trading him because he's about to be a free agent next offseason, and you can't risk losing him for nothing. And that's the NBA that we live in nowadays. Unfortunately, especially with a team that's competing like Boston, you can't afford to lose Jaylen Brown for nothing. So if you aren't 100% confident that you can re-sign him, you may have to look at trading him and see what you can get back. So Dr. Alana, if you need weed medically given to you, I got you. Wow, that's okay. There we go. There we go. Our Chicago Bulls need a can of whip ass from Stone Cold Steve Austin. Listen, ain't no Stone Cold could come in there shaking his head. Ain't nobody. Zach LaVine would look at him and probably cry and keep it moving. It's not a coincidence that the two teams who did the least in free agency at the trade deadline are having seasons from hell, the Bulls and the Heat. Well, hey, I would love to be where the Heat are right now. Like in the standings, like let's be clear here. That's cool. Like, you know, it's still a 40-win team. They're still going to finish above 500 more than likely. I take that for the Bulls right now. I take that for the Bulls right now. It's not. Oh, I just read that one. These losses drive me to drink more. Hey, take a shot. Take a shot. Take a shot. Everybody's talking about bringing back Kobe White and get rid of Io. They also remember that this is only Io's second year and Kobe's in his fifth year. Kobe is not. This ain't Kobe's fifth year. This is Kobe's fourth year, bro. You added an additional year on, fam. But hey, I mean, and people were saying bring Kobe back. I don't think everybody was saying bring Kobe back necessarily means jettison Io for it. I just think that they want to see him. They want to see Kobe come back. Juan says, I've been a long time supporter of you and the Bulls. Would you have to call out a pathetic team? I mean, I understand that. Don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't understand your discourse with the team. I've said this all of the season, right? I understand anybody's pessimism with the Bulls team this season because they suck ass. They suck ass. I think Io and Kobe both stay, and Caruso and Green will be off the team. Hey, I mean, if the Bulls are in asset acquisition mode, that definitely could be something. I saw something that I missed. Damn, chat refreshing quick. Archangel says, random comment of the day. I just read that Trae Young has a phobia of birds. Weird, right? And plays for the Hawks. Deliciously irony. Like, who cares? Trae. First of all, shout out to Trae Young coming through the chat. Shout out to Trae Young. Oh, Trae Young's mama's coming through. Shout out to and Trae Young's dad's in the building. Like, shout out to the Young family for coming through today, man. We appreciate y'all showing love to Chicago Bulls Central. Is Dalen a future power forward or small forward? If Billy Donovan stays as coach, probably power forward. But small forward, I think, is going to be his long-term position. But no telling how long Drummond will be out. We need to have Marco playing. Hornets, I don't think, has a center after trading Plumlee. No, they do. They still got Mark Williams, the center they drafted last season. Marco can get some good minutes, but this is Billy, like you said. Yeah, it is Billy, like you said. Haize, who would you lock in for next season, and who do you think AK should put on the trade block? You already know. I think DeMar should be on the trade block. I think even Alex Caruso could be as well if you want to look at what it depends on what you want to try to get back. So the Bulls, considering where they are cash-wise, considering that they aren't a team that's going to spend the luxury tax, they got to make some tough decisions on the roster. Some tough decisions, man. Trae Young said looks like a distressed bird nest. That is absolutely facts. That is facts. All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and wrap the stream up, though, man. This sucks, man. But, hey, you guys know we'll be back tomorrow. Hey, losses like this just suck, fam. It just sucks that your team just can't execute well enough in games like this. But, we'll see what it means for the Bulls, man. We got another one coming up. Friday we play. Friday is the Hornets that we play on Friday. And hopefully the Bulls can get a dub there. If they can't, that's concerning. Because Friday's game is really our last easy game for a minute. After that, Memphis Sunday, Atlanta Tuesday, Milwaukee Wednesday, Dallas Friday, and then we finish the season next Sunday against Detroit. We're in the final stretch of this season, y'all. Let's see how the Bulls fare over these last 6 games, but that's my time for today. Make sure you guys are following the show at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related because of you guys. Like I liked in every episode on Go Bulls. Love you guys. See you right if you can, y'all.